And here we go. We are live. What's up, everyone? This is Raine Cruz, and it's time for the rain check with the bully, Anthony Romero. Hi, Anthony. How are you doing?
Hey, Rain, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. You are the very first UNF fighter right here on the rain check. So, this is a really special episode for me. So, thank you so much for being here today. Congratulations on your recent victory at UNF 20 and still the UNF Bantamweight champion. Are you still celebrating? I see that big smile on your face. Are you still celebrating, or are you kind of like back in training mode?
Yeah, I mean, as far as celebration goes, it's kind of just relaxing, recovering.
Hmm.
Not too much a party or anything like that. More just eating food, So yeah, I am still relaxing. I just started training again yesterday. It was my first day back, but I'm
Okay.
just enjoying just going to the gym without having to worry about fighting or anything like that. So yeah, I'm still on my little mini vacation. One more week, and then I'm back into work.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And when you say like back into like training mode, do you train like every day?
Yeah, when I'm in fight camp or when I'm getting ready for a fight, it's 2 times a day. I'm training
Okay.
every single
Oh
day,
wow.
and usually, since I live on the west side of Los Angeles and my gym is on the south, the 405 is crazy. So I rather just stay in the gym all day, then
Uh-huh.
go home, take an hour and a half drive home to get come hour and a
Oof.
half right back to. So I usually just stay in the gym all day. So I'm in the gym from like 9:30 a.m. to about 7 p.m.
Oh
on
wow.
so it's a full-time job for me, it's like a 9 to 5, but so I'm in there all day. So over the weeks and months, however, it starts to get a little tiring. So these 2 weeks that I do get to get after the fight are really special for me. I get to just stay at home, wake up a little late, you know,
Hmm.
chill with my cats, eat some cereal. I'm drinking coffee right now. It's nice at 12. Living a good life right now. Living a champ's life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You said you have cats?
Yeah, I do. They're both sleeping right now too.
Okay. What are their
Too.
names? We can give a shout out to your cats. What are their names?
Yeah, for sure. Littlefoot is my little what do they call it? Black and white tuxedo cats.
Uh-huh.
Littlefoot. And then the other one is Floofy.
Luffy. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. So I have been telling people that your bout against Brandon Michael Spencer is the best bout that I've ever seen live and experienced live, right? The back and forth between the two of you kept all of us on the edge of our seats. Was there a moment during that bout where and you felt like, oh God, this one's a tough one?
Yeah. Maybe not. No, there was not a specific moment. There was a moment where he hurt me with a long right knee, and
Mm-hmm.
at that moment, I was like, "Oh, that got me." But it was through my experience of all the sparring rounds we do. At Black House, we spar almost 20 rounds a week, and we've experienced almost anything you can experience in a fight. Or even before it, being tired, whatever the case may be. I've experienced everything. So when I did get hurt in the cage, it was nothing new to me. It wasn't surprising. I knew exactly what to do and how to recover. And I watch the fight now, and I
Mm-hmm.
see that moment when I did get hit with the knee, and as I'm recovering, and you can't even tell I'm hurt. So that was really big. It was a really big step for me to first time really getting hurt in a fight, and you can't even tell. I poker faced it really well, and
Wow.
then maybe what a minute later is when I finished the fight.
Wow. That's crazy. So you mentioned watching your fight back again. How many times have you watched it?
Oh yeah, I watch it. I watch my fights a lot.
Uh-huh.
Like I forgot who I told this to, but I watch my fights so much to where I don't even like to watch them. At this point, I don't even want to see my fight anymore. Like all I see now is like the bad things I've done. You
Okay.
know, that's at first you watch it, you're like, oh, pat yourself on the back. You see the good things you did. I did this good. I did that good. And but now at this point, I just see all the bad things I did, which is good because now I get to work on those things. But yeah, I watch my fight. Man, I didn't go to bed till like 6 in the morning after.
Oh wow. But that's good though. You're taking notes.
Yeah, 100%. I'm already studying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I love the level of respect that you and Brandon Michael Spencer had after you guys fought each other. So how important is that for you to have that moment with someone that you had just fought?
It's important. if without the sportsmanship of two fighters, it's just it's just two guys in a cage fighting. There's no. It's not really about athletics or competition. When you have this camaraderie between two athletes and the sportsmanship between athletes, it makes us just look better as fighters
Mm,
and as people. You know, my last opponent, I had back and forth with him, and that's not kind of who I want to be known as a fighter either, or as a person. I don't want to be the guy that's always fighting with back and forth using their mouth. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
I, um, I definitely appreciated having some respectable opponent that I could go back and forth with and have an actual conversation with him. He's a guy that I feel like I can talk to. Outside, we go to a bar and have some drinks, man. Like I feel like he's a cool person. I've known him outside the cage already too,
Uh-huh.
so there's some familiarity there. But yeah, I think it's very important,
That's good.
especially to the fans too. Like nowadays, everyone wants to see people like chit chatting back and forth using the
Yeah.
words. Like we got to bring back the sportsmanship.
Yeah. And I love that, you know, after we all witnessed that amazing battle between the two of you, we saw the amount of
Yeah.
respect that you guys had for each other. I thought it was really, really good. So you kind of touched on something that I wanted to ask you too about your opponent before Brandon Michael Spencer. So did you have to make any changes to your game plan because you were first getting ready to face Ryan Lilly for a rematch at UNF 20, and then all of a sudden you had to take a pivot and then like
Yeah.
face Brandon Michael Spencer. Did your game plan change at all?
Not really, not much. I watched pretty much everybody around in the Los Angeles in the MMA community. I'm watching everybody, all the
Mm-mm.
35 fighters. I'm watching everyone. So when I got his name, I wasn't too surprised at all. I knew exactly who he was. I know who he trains with. Like I said, I've trained with him before, so I wasn't
Mm,
surprised. I knew exactly what I had to do. And as far as differences between them two, I felt like Brandon was gonna actually make it an easier fight for me
mm,
because he was going to push the pace. Like he was gonna, if I attacked him, he was gonna attack right back, just like he did in the fight. Correct. Um, with Ryan, I feel like he was going to try to use distance and counter me more,
mm.
and not really try to engage into a fight. Brandon
Okay.
engaged into the fight 100%. He wasn't shy away from fighting and throwing hands. He was in there with me. I think Ryan Lilly would have tried to stay on the outside and not really engage too much, and try to counter off any mistake I could potentially have made. But
Ah,
but my style, it was going to be the same either way. I'm going to push forward. I'm going to be aggressive. You know, I'm gonna do my thing, man. I'm gonna hit you, and you're not gonna hit me. I'm gonna be there. You're gonna see me. I'm gonna be over here to the left, to the right. You're not gonna know what's coming. So as far as my style changing, it wasn't gonna change much.
okay, okay. So, you had a no contest bout, against
Yeah.
Ryan
Mhm.
Lilly, right? Prior to you on F20. So, did that add more fuel to your fire to make sure that your title defense at UNF 20 would be a successful one?
100%.
Mm,
I've already spent 20 weeks getting ready for the other guy. So, and then to him for the 2 weeks before the fight, for it to be a different opponent, man. But I was already 100% training really, really hard for that not to happen again. I felt bad, for kicking the guy in his balls. Like that's not something I want to do.
mhm.
It's it's a definitely it's like a lack of technique. I could have worked on my kick a lot better, and I did. I got to showcase my kicks my last fight, and it was brilliant, beautiful. I out Muay Thai a Muay Thai fighter. I outstruck him. Um, but yeah. Sorry, what was your question? Shit, I got lost again.
No, it's okay, it's okay. If, so the no contest bout, did that add
Yeah.
more fuel to
Yeah,
your
yeah,
fire?
yeah. It definitely did. It definitely
Mhm.
pumped us all. We can't afford. We don't have time to waste. There's no
True.
time to waste. Like I said, I wasted 20 weeks getting ready for the other guy. So, I wanted to be in the UFC by this time. By the end of this year, I wanted to be in the UFC. That was my goal. So we want to get one more fight in by the end of this year. Hopefully, we can. But
Mhm.
yeah, there was no way we were gonna have that same mistake again happen for this fight.
That's good, man. And what I like about, what you have been telling us is that you're learning a lot, right? From
Yeah,
your past fights and you watch the tape and then you take notes and you're implementing the stuff that you have learned. I think that's what makes someone a better fighter,
yeah,
right? Yeah, and
Yeah.
so now, let's get to know the bully more. I've met you in person, talked to you in person. You are such a nice guy. How did you become the bully?
Um, as far as like the nickname goes, I gave the
Uh-huh.
nickname to myself. I gave the nickname
Okay.
to myself. It was through basically just like it's an attitude. One, it's an
Mhm.
attitude. Like I'm not gonna take no BS from you. Like in the fight, right in the cage, I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna push the pace. I'm gonna take what I want from you, and you're not gonna say nothing about it. And that's kind of what a bully is, right? It's the attitude,
Mhm.
and that's kind of my style too. I'm gonna push forward. Um, I'm gonna hit you hard. I'm gonna take whatever I can get from you. And if I see you hurt, I'm gonna finish the fight. And that's kind of just the way of. That's how I got mine. How I gave myself that name. And a couple of people have said it to me before, but um, I forgot where. I think it was a boxer. It was a boxer that I seen, and he was nicknamed the bully, and he was just knocking everybody out. And I was like, yeah, that's me right there. And it makes sense. It works. And if everyone that's heard my nickname, everyone calls me the bully. Not even no one even says my name. It's like what's up, Anthony? It's just what's up with the bully. Like, so it's cool, man. It worked out for me. Yeah, just I'm not a I'm. What I also like to say is I'm the bully's bully. Uh,
Mhm. Okay, I like that.
I don't condone bullying it whatsoever, but I will be. I am the bully's bully. So anyone thinks that they're gonna bully me, buddy, I'm the one that does the bullying. Yeah,
And you have all of the capabilities to protect someone who's getting bullied, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a protector in my core, in my nature. All the fights I've been in outside of the cage and like in streets and whatever when I was younger, all of my fights ever have been for me like protecting a friend or getting in a fight for my friend. I've never had any really problems personally with somebody. It's always me defending a friend or something like that. It's just something I've always had, even since a little kid. I've never questioned it. If like I see something happening with my friend, I'll be the one to like let me do it. I'll let me be in the danger.
So is that something that kinda like, helped you or made you realize that you wanted to become a fighter, that protector in you?
Um, maybe I moved a lot as a kid. I never really stayed
Mhm.
at one school for more than a year. I went all through the LA district. I lived in the San Fernando Valley, so I was traveling a lot. Um, and I was a little short. Everyone thought I was white, so I got bullied a lot. Like it was
Oh.
predominantly Hispanic and Black schools that I was going to. So when I was trying to make friends, it was really hard for me to make friends. The Mexican kids wouldn't really mess with me because they thought I was white. There was no white kids, and then
Even
so
though your last name's Romero?
I
Is
know, right?
right?
I know, white, I
Okay.
guess. You're not Mexican. Like so, Mexican people, Latinos. Some of them think I'm white, and the white people know I'm not white, and they know.
Okay.
So it's a weird thing I have had to go through with my life, but yeah, it was really through sports. Sports helped me find that I was athletic, and then through transferring to new schools all the time, I had to get into fights.
Mm,
Kids messing with me and stuff, and then over the years of me always doing the same. It was a like routine. I would go to a new school, having to fight somebody, and then everyone would be cool with me. And then I'd
mm,
go to a new school, fight somebody, everyone's cool with me. And then this happened throughout all elementary, middle school, almost all the way to high school. I stopped sophomore year, but it was pretty much that, like having to fight so much as a kid. I fought all the time as a kid, and it came to one point, like to a point where I would already expect what would happen when I would go to a new school. So I
mhm.
would like I would look for like, all right, who's like the big dude here, like who, and I would have to fight him because I would know like one fight, I get into one fight, and then everyone's cool with me after that. So I have
Oh,
friends after that. It's the fuck up. Kids were so messed up. Like you just have to fight once. Everyone's your friend. The girls like you. The guys are cool with you. You have a bunch of friends. So that was kind of what I realized. Like, okay, this is what I have to do to have friends or to be, like. So that's kind of was my routine
okay.
every year. I go to a new school and have to do this all the time. So I just kind of got good at fighting. I got good at fighting, and then, even before that, when I was young, toddler, my mom really put that into my head. Like, she never wanted me to be like a punk, like to get bullied or anything like that.
Mm.
So she would throw me to all my cousins, my uncles, and we'd all fight, and just that type of lifestyle. I was always fighting with always around a lot of boys, and just kind of what it was. And then I guess I kind of just had a little natural ick to it. I don't know what do you call it, but I had something like that. You know, I had a natural left hand. Like even when before I ever learned how to fight or nothing, like I would be fighting with my friends, and my left hand would just touch everybody. Like it was just something I naturally had and never had to work on. And so then after maybe when I was 12 years old, seventh, eighth grade, my mom she met a man, and that man, he took me. He saw all the stuff I was doing and stuff, and then he took me into Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and that's
Ooh,
when everything blew up for me. I fell in love with jiu-jitsu, started doing wrestling, started doing Muay Thai, um, and then the rest is history, man. I turned amateur at 19. Day after, like after I turned 19, and started going. I haven't stopped since.
wow.
That's how it started. Yeah, a bunch of fighting as a little kid.
Wow. So I feel like it's kind of like basically your destiny, man. Because like since you were really young,
Yeah.
somehow I feel like,
Like when you find something you're good at and then you like it,
uh-huh.
like that's kind of you have like you're kind of have to do that, like that's some people say that is a destiny when you like something and
Yeah.
you're good at it, you know.
Yeah. And I feel like you're enjoying it. I mean, I can tell you're enjoying this life as a fighter.
Yeah,
You're enjoying the fight game. You're enjoying the journey.
yeah, 100%. I like the lifestyle too, and I'm still at the bottom, but I don't want to have a 9 to 5 job. I don't want to work for someone else, for someone else's company. I don't. That doesn't seem like so I've done all that stuff, and every time I've been there, I've always quit to for this. I've had good jobs. I've sacrificed good careers, but every time I'm in a good spot, like I'm not happy. I have
Mm.
the money, I have the car, I have everything, but I'm not happy. And I've always quit for fighting. So this is definitely my goal. This is definitely my dream, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make it happen.
That's awesome, man. So like what's the best part of the journey so far for you as a fighter?
Man, it's like I don't know, but maybe like the everyday life. Like
Uh-huh.
the everyday life. The little things. Like getting to get up and going to do what I love to do. Every single day. Coming home, I got my girlfriend, my cats. It's a nice home. Like man, like these are the moments right now. Like having this interview with you, sipping my coffee. Like this is a good day. Like, this is a good time. I can't complain. And these are the moments I'm gonna appreciate and cherish when I'm older.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I'm glad that you find that time to basically stop and smell the roses.
Yeah,
Right?
100. You
Be
can't. You
grateful.
have to, man, because you're living your best life right
Mhm.
now. You're living it right now. You're living your peak. It's right now. You're never gonna be younger than you are now. Like this is it right now. You can't think, oh, in 5 years I'm gonna start. Nah, man, nah. Now, why do something tomorrow when you could do it today?
That is true.
Now,
That is
now is
true.
the time. Now is the time.
You're right. And so, um, we kind of touched on this subject earlier about you learning something, right, from every single bout. And I saw your record. You only have one loss in your career. We're gonna keep it that way because
Yeah,
it seems like from that point, and that was on your professional debut, right?
yeah.
Since that time, you've been on a winning streak. So, what's like the most important lesson that you've learned from that experience?
Um, take yourself serious.
Mm,
Taking myself serious. I've always had the talent or whatever you want to call it. I always had that there. But it doesn't matter. Hard work. It doesn't matter how talented you are. If someone's working harder than you,
mm,
that talent doesn't matter. So that was for me. I didn't when I was an amateur. I was undefeated, state champion. I thought I was a shit. No one could mess with me. I was acting like John Jones, drinking before my fights and being dumb, man. So I think losing that fight was the biggest like thing that could have happened for me positively. Like it was a
uh,
positive thing for me. I didn't know that then because after that fight, I didn't train for 11 months. That's probably some of the worst time of my life as in my adult life because I
mm.
didn't train for 11 months. I was just working. I was depressed. I was broke. It was just all bad. Everything was just bad in my life. Um, and then, just one day I just said, all right, this is it. I gotta get back into the gym. And then boom, get back into the gym, train for 6 months, and that's when I fought Dow. And then boom, next one, next one. So, that 11 months I was messed up, depressed. But what was your question again?
Like what's the most important lesson that you've learned
Yeah.
from that loss? Yeah.
Yeah, just losing in general, just losing and taking yourself serious is the most important lesson. Just 100% taking yourself serious.
Yeah. And I feel like, man, you have been taking yourself like really
Exactly.
seriously.
I don't think I should have lost that fight. I should have won that fight, But like I said, I was thinking I was John Jones. I was freaking drinking the weekends before my fight. Like I was just being dumb, immature. Like I said. But yeah, losing that fight was the best thing that could have happened to me. Because if I won that fight, I would have kept thinking, oh yeah, I could keep doing this. I could. And then maybe I wouldn't have lost the next one, but eventually I would have, started losing. So I think that snapped me right out of it. And it took me a little time to realize it, but once I did, I was like, man, that was beautiful for that to happen to me because now I know how that feeling feels, and I
Mm,
never want to feel like that ever again in my life. Like, man, that shit was horrible. And then a combination of letting everybody down, letting yourself down, and also just being really, really, really tired in the cage in the ring is really bad. I never want to feel that tired in the ring ever again, man. You know, so that's why I know I take myself seriously nowadays. And I'm a real professional. I do everything right. I eat right. I sleep right. Everything I watch is right. So
mm.
I'm taking myself 100% serious, and that's the only way I'm going to get to the UFC. If I
True.
really, really want this, I have to put my 100% into it. Make this a full time job. This is the only way I'm going to get there.
That is true because it's not just about dreaming the dream, right? You got to work
You got
towards the
yeah.
dream.
You got to step the steps. You got to walk the walk.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
So,
what I wasn't doing. I think I was talking the talk, but I wasn't
mm,
really walking it, like walking the way I was supposed to. And that taught me that. So now I'm 100%. I'm all aboard with this, and that's
that's
where the
good.
confidence comes from too. Now like I don't think anybody like outside the UFC, like if
Oh,
we're confident with a good game plan, we could beat anybody at this point in time.
that is true. Honestly, I really see you there, Anthony. I really see you in the UFC one day. So aside from that loss, the
Yeah.
only loss in your career that gave you so much lesson for your professional career and in life as well, do you have any favorite fights so far in your career? Because most of your wins are either by TKO or submission. So I
Yeah.
feel like every single one of them are like great. But is there one that kind of stands out for you the most, wherein you're like, yeah, that
Yeah.
was a really
Maybe
good
when I fought Frangulin or Frangulian
one. Gulyan, okay,
and Melodia. That
Velodian, yeah,
name itself just sounds scary. Melodia Frangulian. But yeah, he's a really good. I think he was a bronze world medalist in wrestling, so he has the accolades. He's a really good Armenian wrestler. So yeah, before the fight, I was actually in my head a lot. Like, this guy's gonna just hold me down. Da da da. I don't want to. This is gonna be hard. So I was in my head more than I've ever been in any fight ever before. And even
mm,
when I was getting wrapped up, I was like, damn, I don't want to do this right now. Like, I'm just gonna hop this cage and go to my car. Like I really didn't want to do it. I did not want to be in there. First time it's ever happened to me. I was like, I'm always like really calm before the fights, and I'm good. But I did not want to be there that night. Um, yeah, but man, I fucking did it, and that's why. And I finished him with 36 seconds, and that
yeah,
was probably the biggest thing for me, like to because when they say it's you versus you, I don't think I really experienced that, like really, until like that moment, like because I was really like, dude, I don't want to be here. I was like, I do not want to do this, and I was like, just go with it, go with it, get in the cage, be calm, be confident, and then yeah, man, sure enough, 36 seconds, I knocked this guy out. So it was big for me to like see myself how worried I was, and then see even though I was like that to accomplish what I needed to accomplish, still, showed me how strong I actually am. You know, and even that made me so much stronger mentally. That was a big. I leveled up so much after that fight.
wow, that's crazy that you're telling me that that's like the most memorable one or your favorite one so far because that was the first time that I introduced you. I could never tell, man, that you were apparently thinking that way.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
locked in.
Yeah, I have a good poker face. I have a good poker face. No, I was 100% fucking nervous. I was nervous out of that one. Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy. But again, like you said, another learning experience for you.
yeah,
You're growing, for after every bout that you have. So you're currently the UNF bantamweight champion. I saw on your record that you've also fought and won bouts in the featherweight and lightweight divisions. Is there any chance that you might go for a title in another weight class and be the bully with two belts?
I would love that. I would love that. I feel better personally at 145. That's when I fought Dow, I felt my best at like physically. Like
Okay.
I got to keep more size onto me. I got to keep more weight. I would have to diet so much. That's when I felt my best. I kept a lot more power in my hand. Um, so yeah, man, I would 100% take a fight at 145. It'll take me a little bit of time to get my body back up there because I lost a lot of weight now that I'm at 135.
Hmm.
So it might take me a little bit to get ready to fight at 145, size wise. But yeah, 100%. Even at 155, man, I love that. I don't have to diet. I don't have to cut no weight. And honestly, I fight better. I fight better against people that are bigger than me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
used to. I've always fought people bigger than me. I've never really fought people my size until now. I've always throughout my whole life I fought bigger people, bigger people, bigger. So now when I fight someone my size, I'm like, oh shoot, it's a little different. Like he could do the same things I can do. Like, so it was a little learning curve for me actually fighting people my size.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, good news is that, the holidays are coming up. So if you at some point feel like, okay, maybe I should kind of, fight at like a higher like weight class. I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up, dude. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, well, we can see. We might actually. We're talking to George now. We might actually get one in, get a fight in December. So if
Really?
that's the case, 135. I'll have to miss Thanksgiving again. I haven't had a Thanksgiving dinner in like 2 years because of fighting, which it's another sacrifice I get to do, and I'm grateful, that I'm even able to do something like this. But I do love my Thanksgiving food. But yeah, if I get to fight again in December, then man, that'd be good. I'd get one more in, and then next year, 100% the UFC is there.
I'm just trying to recall that time that you fought Velodia. Was that like around December last year?
It was
I think
definitely in the winter time. It was
yeah,
definitely.
okay. So I'm assuming you skipped like Thanksgiving dinner in preparation for that fight.
Yeah, I did.
Paid
I
off,
remember
man.
the cold. It was all bad. I actually don't like fighting in the winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just cold. Like you go to training in the morning, it's super cold. You finish training at nighttime, it's super cold. Like yeah, you get into the ring, the cage to fight, it's freezing. Like
True.
these are all these little things that no one thinks about, but these are little things. You're like, dang, it's cold. Like when you kiss someone bone to bone and it's cold, oh man,
Like,
it's
does
so
it hurt more
it
or
hurts a lot more.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it hurts a lot more.
Okay. But still, you're getting a job done. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
what
for sure. A
pro?
little cold ain't gonna stop this.
So for you, Anthony, I love that during this interview, you were I feel like you're speaking your future. I love the positivity, how you see yourself one day in the UFC. So for you, where do you see the bully in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, the top 10 UFC. Man, enjoying life. Hopefully, have get to buy some property because that's definitely
Mhm.
the goal. UFC is not gonna fighting is not forever, so definitely want to invest my money. That's definitely what I'll be doing the next 5 years. Once I get paid, once I start getting these big paychecks, all right, what's next? I'm already
Mhm.
27, so I got to make this quick, make this money, and invest it. So that's definitely going to be, in the next 5 years, top 10, top 15 in the UFC, looking for that belt. On the other side, I'm investing my money. I'm in real estate, hopefully, something like that. And yeah, man, just enjoying the fruits of my labor, living life, traveling. That's it. Just not, I don't want too much. I just want to be financially free. That's it. Just when I
Mhm.
want to do stuff, I can do it. And that's live below my means. So I don't need much. Just want to be happy like that. Eat some organic fruit. That's it. That's it.
That's awesome. So while we are in this, while we are manifesting your bright future, is there any like brand out there that you envision yourself partnering with, like, right? Like maybe like a sports brand or maybe like an organic fruit brand or like something that involves nutrition for athletes. Anything in particular that you want to be like, hey, you know what? I'm Anthony Romero and I'm sponsoring
Yeah.
this. Or I'm sponsored by this.
Uh,
Uh-oh. You're grabbing something. What is it? I'm excited. What is it?
My raw milk.
Raw milk.
Raw Farms. I love you guys. If you guys want to sponsor me, man, I drink your milk every single day. This is so it's basically just milk, but it's like so it's raw milk. It's not what is it? What is it that they do to milk? You know, they kind of like heat it up. That process they do to take stuff out of the milk.
Yeah.
This is basically not. They don't do that process, so it's kind of just whole raw milk straight from
Wait,
the
like
cow.
straight, like from the cow?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's a process I guess other milks they like kind of heat the milk to like take off all the like some of the bad stuff. Um, yeah, but this right here is supposed to be the real deal. This milk is amazing. Raw Farms. That's my sponsor right there. They have eggs too that are really good, organic. You know, raw milk. I'll fucking put Raw Farm. I'm gonna
Raw
put a big
farm.
Raw Farm right here. Also, shout out Represent. Represent's been hooking me up with some cool gear lately, and of course, up
That's
next, baby.
awesome. I know, like I noticed, yeah, that you have that represent shirt. They always have like great gear.
Yeah, they've
Uh,
been hooking us up with some cool gear, man. Some cool sweaters and stuff like that. I like Nick Diaz. He's a Cali boy, so I'm gonna represent 100%. 100%.
that's awesome, and I love how you have that jug of raw milk from Raw
Oh
Farms
yeah.
right there.
Yep.
So, like, so where do you get that?
I get Mark. I
From
get this one
Charlotte?
at Bristol Farms. There's a Bristol
Oh,
Farms like a
oh,
block away
okay.
from my house. So yeah, they're pretty big now. They have a pretty good following. So they should Ralph's, Vons, anything like
Okay.
that. But Bristol Farms, man, Raw Farms is really good. They have cheese. They have a bunch of stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Raw Farms. Call Anthony Romero.
bring
There you
me
go.
up. They already sponsor one fighter. He's an amateur. He's a cool guy. So I'm gonna send him a DM or something.
You're gonna be next. You're gonna
Yeah,
be up next.
yeah. That's right.
Now, Anthony, you have a bunch of supporters at our UNF events, and which is why I always love it when I introduce you because I see you get fired up and then your fans get fired up. Do you have any message to your supporters, especially the ones who show up at UNF
Yeah.
events to support
So
you?
I love you guys, man, 100%. I can always count on you guys to be there, support me, win or lose. I know you guys are there. I love you guys 100% for that. Man, and we're gonna keep this ball rolling. We're gonna be caravanning to Vegas very soon. So this is nothing. This is just the start. It's gonna be really good. And I haven't really got all my family there yet. So when we get everybody there, it's gonna be even more beautiful. But I just want to again thank you guys for the constant support. I love you all, and yeah, let's keep this ball rolling.
That's awesome. And last but not least, I just want to ask you, how's your experience so far with Up Next Fighting? Because I love what they do with like fighters, right? Like
Yeah,
I see you guys, we have content day, and then you guys get your pictures taken, and I love like the publicity that they do for you guys and the way they treat you guys. You guys are professional fighters, but I mean, even amateur fighters, I feel
yeah,
like they get like the best experience, right? For you, like how is your experience so far?
yeah.
Being a part of
In my
UNF.
experience, no one treats their fighters better than Up Next. They definitely step it to a whole nother level. Each one of us, I can say from experience watching my teammates, we all feel like some sort of special. Each Chris and George, they all know how to like make each one of us feel like we're doing something for you. We're making you feel special. So man, I have nothing but great things to say about Up Next. Um, I'm gonna fight. I would fight for them all the time if we were up there. But I'm gonna continue to fight for them. I'm uh, glad I got to meet them. The Buckner family. They're all beautiful people. They're great people. Yeah, nothing but good things. No one treats their fighters like Up Next treats their fighters, and that's what it is. And no one's paying. At least in the regional scene, no one's paying that much either. Um, yeah, the way all the publicity we get from no one's doing that. No one's taking all the pictures, the interviews, the videos. All that's great. Like practice for me specifically. I get to practice what I'm doing. Like I'm not good in front of the camera or on the mic. That's something I've had to like work on, and I'm still working on obviously today. But that's where I'm like shy. Like I don't want to do this. but but yeah, man, they've definitely helped me like get out of my shell, so to speak.
And that's good, man. Like, I mean, look at you, like your promo pictures. You look like so serious.
Yeah, yeah, making me look official.
Yeah, work it. Let's go.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Man, it's great.
awesome.
That's exactly what we're gonna have to do when we get to the UFC, right? And even more. So, way more interviews, way more talking, and I already don't. I already have problems talking to people, But so it's helping me. You were definitely helping me, Rain. Open up as well. So I want to thank you too. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, up next is great, man. I'm gonna be here as long as I can.
No, thank you as well. And I love your mentality, about like, hey, I'm doing every single thing that I can to prep myself for that dream that I want to accomplish. And I feel like you're one of those fighters who put in the work, and we all see that. And that's why there's a big truck of bully maniacs
Yeah,
supporting you.
love it.
So thank you so much, Anthony, for joining me here on the Rain Check. This is a very special episode again because you are the very first UNF fighter on the Rain Check right here on millions.co. Guys, please do follow Anthony Romero, the bully, on Instagram at a.romeromma, and
Yes.
follow Up Next Fighting as well, Up Next Fighting on Instagram. That way you can get the updates on the upcoming fights where you can see the bully.
Thank you, Rain, so much.
Thank you again,
Anytime.
Anthony. I will see you again soon. Thank you.
All
He is
right.
Anthony Romero. I am Raine Cruz. This is the Rain Check, and we are checking out. Bye.
See you, Rain.